I have to say, Kamikatsu has been an absolutely insane ride, and it really keeps you on your toes and wanting to come back because you really don't know what to expect with each and every episode. And I just finished episode 9, and it really made me realize something, which is kind of like obvious. It's not really just like, holy moly, this is like a revelation or nothing, but it is something that I wanted to bring up in today's video, and that is the mastermind behind Kamikatsu, and how Yukito is actually a lot smarter than I personally realized. Not even so much as I was downplaying him, like thinking like, oh, you know, he's an idiot or something like that. And I will say it's a little bit subtle in the sense that you don't really think about it too much. At least I didn't, and you could just say that I'm kind of stupid. But what sets Yukito apart from, I would say, a lot of MCs, especially in this kind of genre, well, usually in these type of stories, well, these isekais, which it is not, but I presumed it was, the MC is usually like gifted in some way, like he got blessed by 7 gods or gained some supernatural, super powerful ability. He's like the most powerful mother trucker in the world. Not always, but usually they have some kind of gift that makes them like cut above the rest, you know, built different. Although Yukito doesn't necessarily have really any form of superpower, but he's just very, very smart in how he can manipulate people and his tactics on how to do so. He's still human, but obviously has Mitama, who is a god, but even she is not, in a sense, all-powerful. She could be more all-powerful, but they kind of gotta use her powers resourcefully. Yukito can't just powerhouse his way through every situation. He really just has to outsmart his enemy. For example, in episode 9, they go to the capital or kingdom to see what is going on, and as they get there, they realize that there's like some big wall that never used to be there, and I'm assuming Loki obviously probably had it built, or she built it some way, somehow. And as they're trying to figure out how the heck to get in, Loki somehow appears right behind Yukito, and Yukito reacts super quickly, stabs Loki through the freaking neck, and yeah, that does absolutely nothing to her. She has become all freaking powerful. And I mean all powerful, I really mean it, because we've seen Mitama with like, what, 10,000 or something followers, and she's pretty strong, but then Mitama gloats like, oh yeah, I have like 10,000 followers, and Loki's like, yeah, you know, that's pretty good, but in reality, she was just like, yeah, 10,000 followers, that's nothing, because now Loki has over 1 million freaking followers. And if 10K is already powerful enough to do all the crazy stuff that Mitama is able to do, with over 1 million, I don't even know what the heck Loki could do, like, at that point. Like, maybe she could nuke the entire Earth. As Loki is about to literally rest in pepperoni, everyone, Yukito outsmarts and bluffs his way through not getting rest in pepperoni. And Yukito says to Loki, wow, this is unexpected. I didn't really think that you would have so few followers, so little followers, and like 1 million is just obviously insane. And he says to Loki that, yeah, you know, if you would have attacked us right then and there, you would have been rest in pepperoni. And I'm like, bro, this man has the freaking balls to say that to Loki, who has over 1 million followers. So yeah, he basically just BS'd his way through, not getting nuked by Loki. And I would say it went pretty successfully. They got out of that situation. I don't think Loki really caught on to that. So yeah, him being able to trick Loki, which is pretty ironic, I will say, is definitely, I would say, probably his biggest feat yet. But for other examples like Atar, he basically used her and manipulated her feelings when she was at her lowest point, because, well, if you watch it, you know that she was all like depresso espresso over the king and the kingdom, you know, being all a lie, and she was following those orders, and now she's like, I don't know what to do with my life. And Yukito came over and gave her some ice creams and started comforting her, and now Atar is obviously on his side and doing what Yukito says. So yeah, he definitely knows how to BS and talk his way through a lot of situations, and is also able to emotionally manipulate people. But it's also not that Yukito just uses everyone to his bidding, and he doesn't actually go in the front lines himself. In episode 8 or 9, he needed to get the Kini's followers, and so he had to put on an act of being controlled, and how he was practicing, I would say, is, yeah, that was a wild time for him for a little bit, I will say. I can't really explain everything that was going on, but, yeah, I will say that it was kind of messed up, but at the same time, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, and I like the fact that he's even willing to go to extreme lengths if it means fulfilling his plan. So yeah, him being able to talk his way through so many of these situations and form these freaking plans is quite impressive, especially when you're somebody who personally doesn't have a lot of like powers yourself. He's just a normal human. But it also does help that Mitama really does care for Yukito and will go to extreme and great lengths to make him happy. Like when she had to ask, and well, not even just ask, beg for the actual god Dakini to take away the Archon Dakini's power. And I really felt bad for Mitama there, and also when, you know, she's like on her freaking deathbed because she uses up all her powers, but for her to give up all her dignity to beg Dakini the god for her help, and it's literally like just smashing her head on the ground, and like blood started freaking coming out of her eyes, and she's like, this is for Yukito, this is for Yukito, this is for Yukito. Yeah, I would say that he is really lucky to have Mitama, because obviously without her, he would be, yeah, rest in pepperoni by now. But yes, he definitely knows how to use the set of cards that he was handed. So, hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, if you guys wouldn't mind leaving a like and consider subscribing, I would really appreciate that. I hope you all have a fantastic day, night, evening, morning, whatever the hell time it is for you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.